truffles that we had made a while back? Well, consider this the dark chocolate version of that. And instead of eggnog, we're using peppermint coffee here for a treat that's not only perfect to enjoy for the holidays, but it's also just as addictive and creamy on the inside as well. So stick around and I'll show you exactly how to make these peppermint beauties for yourself. Hi, my name is Tiffany and welcome back to my channel. And today we're making Peppermint Mocha Brownie Truffles. Now, if this sounds like a fun treat that you would just love to try out for yourself, or you just simply love peppermint mocha in general, then please give this video a like. And if you are new here and you are enjoying the content that you are seeing here so far, then please hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell to be notified whenever I make a new baking tutorial or short. I make new baking content every week, and my content is suitable for beginners and experienced bakers alike. So if that sounds like you, and you don't mind a little bit of self-deprecating humor sprinkled here and there from time to time, then why don't you stick around for a little bit and make yourselves comfortable. And who knows, you just might learn something new from me too while you're at it. So, once again, I was inspired by yet another seasonal coffee creamer that I had saw in stores, and I decided to make these fun brownie truffles for a treat that's not only perfect to enjoy for the holidays, but it's also really fun to make as well. And it also has these delectable creamy chocolate centers in them as well. So basically, it's a creamy peppermint white chocolate mocha ganache that's surrounded by a peppermint brownie batter layer, and it's then dunked in some dark chocolate and topped with some crushed candy canes for a treat that's not only refreshingly cool and creamy, but you'll also be amazed by how well the peppermint goes with the different types of chocolate that's in here. So basically, you can think of these truffles as this coffee creamer, but in molten chocolate truffle form. And while I did use some dark chocolate candy coating here to help speed up the process, I highly recommend that you temper your chocolates to get the best texture and the best results. So if you prefer to temper your chocolate, please check out my eggnog blondie truffle video to see exactly how I temper my chocolate. But instead of tempering it to 29 degrees like I did with the white chocolate, you would temper the chocolate to 31 degrees since this is dark chocolate we are working with here. So I will leave the link to that video in the description box down below so that you can check it out for yourself. Yeah, I know you guys are just dying to try out these peppermint brownie truffles. So let's go get started on them now, shall we? So let's get started on these peppermint mocha brownie truffles. But first things first, let's start off with a white chocolate ganache filling. So to make it, we are going to chop up 12 ounces or 340 grams of white chocolate and finely chop them. Place the chopped chocolate into a large microwave-safe bowl and then add in 6 tablespoons or 90 milliliters of peppermint mocha coffee creamer, 2 tablespoons or 30 milliliters of heavy cream, and feel free to increase this amount if you want a firmer ganache, and 1.5 tablespoons or 23 grams of light corn syrup into a large mug and give it a quick mix before placing the mug in the microwave for 30 to 45 seconds or until the cream mixture is nice and warm, but don't make it too hot or you'll risk the ganache being split when you go to mix it. Pour the warmed cream mixture over the chopped chocolate and then add in 3/4 teaspoons of peppermint extract, 3/4 teaspoons of vanilla extract, 1.5 teaspoons of espresso powder, and a pinch of salt, and allow the mixture to sit for about a minute or two before emulsifying the mixture together. Continue to mix the ganache until it is nice and smooth, and should a few chocolate pieces remain after mixing, just simply warm it up in the microwave for about 15 seconds at a time until the chocolate has fully melted and your ganache becomes completely smooth. Cover the ganache with some plastic wrap, and since this is a soft white chocolate ganache we are working with here, we have to let this set in the fridge overnight so that it has a scoopable consistency. In the meantime, let's work on our brownie batter. So To a large bowl, measure out 1 3/4 cups or 219 grams of all-purpose flour and spread it flat onto a large baking tray. Bake the flour in a 350-degree Fahrenheit oven or 177 degrees Celsius for 10 to 15 minutes and allow it to cool before sifting it into a large bowl. The reason we are doing this is because this is a raw batter we are consuming here, and by heat treating our flour, we are killing off any harmful bacteria that may be lying around in the flour and thus making it safe for consumption. Set the flour aside for now and to another large bowl, set over a double boiler on medium heat, add in half a cup, 113 grams of unsalted butter and melt it down completely before removing from the heat and sifting in 3/4 cups of Dutch processed cocoa powder and mixing together. Allow the cocoa to bloom in the butter for about 10 minutes before adding in the rest of the ingredients, which would be 1 cup or 200 grams of granulated sugar, half a cup or about 110 grams of light brown sugar, and half a teaspoon of salt, and give the mixture a good mix until it's nice and smooth. Then add in 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, 1 teaspoon of peppermint extract, and your heat-treated flour from earlier, and using your clean hands, since it gets quite difficult to mix with a spatula, mix together until fully combined. And you will also notice that this mixture is quite dry and crumbly at this point, so let's fix that by adding in some of our liquid, which consists of 5 tablespoons or 75 milliliters of peppermint mocha coffee creamer and 2 tablespoons or 30 milliliters of heavy cream. But feel free to skip the heavy cream and just use all coffee creamer if you prefer, and mix together until the brownie batter is nice and smooth and no longer feels dry or crumbly to the touch. Though it may feel a little sticky at this point, it will harden up into a scoopable dough, so if it feels a little soft at the moment, rest assured it will be just fine once we go and chill it in the fridge later on. Smooth out your dough and cover with some plastic wrap and chill it in the fridge for at least an hour or until it's time to make the truffles. Though, if you are chilling it for more than 3 hours, please bring the batter to room temperature about an hour before making the truffles so that the dough can easily be scooped. Once the white chocolate ganache is ready, scoop out some rounds using a very small cookie scoop or a small teaspoon, and nope! This is too soft to roll out. Let's try this again, and just plop it onto a plate or a baking tray. And since this ganache is too soft, just like with the cream cheese balls from the eggnog truffles that we had made a while back, we are going to be chilling this in the freezer for a couple hours until it's firm enough to roll up. Of course, should you use more heavy cream than coffee creamer, you won't really have this problem, but just in case your ganache is a little too soft, the freezer trick will do wonders for your truffles. And once the ganache has hardened, roll it out into a sphere and place it back in the freezer to help the ganache keep its shape, since white chocolate has that nasty habit of getting too soft when you leave it out for too long. Once the brownie batter has reached a scoopable consistency after chilling, scoop out some batter and flatten it using your hands. Place the chilled ganache ball into the center of the batter and, working very quickly here, wrap the brownie batter around the ganache and place it back on the plate or baking tray. Continue this step until all of your ganache has been covered with the brownie batter. And this step can get quite messy here, so you may want to wear some gloves or wipe your hands with some paper towels after making each truffle so that the truffles can have a consistent round shape every time you make them. Cover with some plastic wrap and, once again, chill it in the fridge for at least an hour before dunking them in some chocolate. And should you have any leftover brownie batter after making these truffles, simply take a small scoop and make little brownie truffles with them and set them aside in the fridge for now. And remember earlier when I said that you had options on how to make the chocolate coating? Well, today we are going to be using a shortcut And we are going to be using 20 ounces or 568 grams of dark chocolate candy coating and adding it to a large bowl. Then we just simply melt this down until it's nice and smooth. Of course, if you had real dark chocolate here, this would work out even better. And plus, the taste and texture of tempered chocolate just simply can't be beat. Again, I only used the candy coating today just in case you're just not quite comfortable with tempering chocolate just yet, but you should definitely give it a try whenever you get the chance to do so. Then dunk the truffles into the chocolate and, using a fork or a round candy dipping tool, shake off any excess chocolate off the truffle and then place it onto a large baking tray. Sprinkle some crushed candy canes on top and continue this process until all of your truffles have been made. And let's not forget our little brownie bites too. Dunk them in some of the chocolate and give a generous sprinkle of crushed candy canes on top. And it looks so cute too. And your Peppermint Mocha Brownie Truffles are finally complete. And yes, I know they look a little larger than usual, but that's because the white chocolate ganache was a bit tricky for me to work with, and so more batter was needed to cover it up. Of course, you shouldn't have this problem if you were to use all heavy cream in the ganache, but oh well, to each their own. At least the insides of these remind me of those Lindt balls with those super creamy centers in them, and it has a satisfying, refreshing taste in every bite, and I think they worked really well with the chocolate. Of course, you can enjoy these truffles on their own, but honestly, I think these would work out even better with some peppermint mocha coffee to really emphasize on the flavors here. I really hope that you enjoyed these peppermint brownie truffles, you guys. And there you have it, Peppermint Mocha Brownie Truffles. Delightfully cool and super creamy on the inside. These namesake truffles taste exactly like the coffee creamer that it's based off of. So let's take a bite out of these now, shall we? Son of a nutcracker, this truffle's really good. So the molten brownie goes really well with a creamy mocha center, and I swear I am eating like a molten truffle version of a really creamy peppermint mocha coffee here. And I'm pretty sure if Buddy the Elf were real and he were to try out these truffles, and he would also approve of them as well. Here's hoping. So that is it for today's video. If you enjoyed today's recipe and you like what you see here and you are excited to try out these peppermint mocha truffles for yourselves, then please give this video a like and leave a comment down below and tell me what you think of them, especially if you're going to give this recipe a try. Share this video so that others can also try their hand and make their own peppermint mocha brownie truffles for themselves. And if not already following me, but you enjoy the baking content that I do on here, then please smash that subscribe button and ring that notification bell to be notified whenever I make a new baking tutorial or a short. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok. Both usernames are Tiff's Patisserie, and the full written recipe to today's Peppermint Mocha Brownie Truffles will be on my website, tiffspatisserie.wordpress.com. The link to that will be in the description box down below. And until next time, you guys, stay safe out there, peace out, and I'll see you guys in my next video. In the meantime, I'm going to enjoy some more of these delectable truffles and have a sip of what Buddy deems to be the world's best cup of coffee. Damn, this is really good coffee. Take care, you guys. Bye!